Are you too busy? Too stressed out? Unhealthy? Then this is the place for you. Welcome to Balanced Living for Busy Professionals, where we help you create wellness and balance with a holistic approach that will work for you, even with the busiest of schedules, so you can live the life you want. And now, here's your host, Diane Randall.
Welcome back to Balanced Living for Busy Professionals. This episode is all about healthy and balanced living. I'm your host, Diane Randall, and I'm so excited that you are listening today. Today's episode is talking about transformation. You'll learn some powerful tips to help you transform your health in every area of your life. My guest is here to share his powerful story as well as to give you some awesome advice on how you can transform your own life. My guest is Michael Tamez, holistic health coach, author of the book Transformative Nutrition, the ultimate guide to healthy and balanced living. Michael educates and inspires people in making permanent, transformative shifts in the way they eat, think, feel, and live. Welcome, Michael Tamez.
Well, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Did you go to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition?
Yeah, I studied there, and that was where I got my health coaching certification from.
Okay, I studied there as well, so we have
awesome.
something in common. Yeah. This is a good thing. Michael, talk about transformation. You have a very powerful story that I'd like for you to share with the listeners.
Yeah, it's been a 15-year journey, and it all started when I was in my late teens, and I was in a dysfunctional relationship, and because of it, I put on a lot of weight. And I was very stressed out about my situation. I was only 19, and long story short is the girl I was with at the time, I met her in high school, and she cheated on me. And I raised the child for about a year thinking that it was mine, but actually turned out that it wasn't mine. So that created a very depressive state in my life. And for that reason, I started turning to food to comfort my emotions. And I put on a lot of weight. And I developed health problems. I had sleep apnea. I had high blood pressure. And I generally wasn't feeling well. And, I got to the point where I figured I had to do something, because at that age, it's not normal to have all those health problems. So, I started reading and researching and learning about nutrition and healthy living and just learning everything I possibly could. And over the course of about 8 or 9 months, I lost about 70, 75 pounds. And because of losing all that weight, my sleep apnea cleared up. I didn't have sleep apnea anymore, and my blood pressure was normal. So that was a pretty big goal to reach, because after that, it was, I felt like a new person, basically. And
you were a new person.
Yeah, exactly. And I held on to another 30 or 35 pounds after that. And I didn't even realize. I thought I was at my ideal weight after I lost the 75 pounds. But I lost an additional 30 pounds over the course of 10 years. And now I'm at my ideal weight, and I look back and I ended up losing a total of about 105 pounds.
Wow.
Which is like a whole person. I mean,
yeah.
Some people weigh that much, and it's like, I didn't even realize that I was that much overweight when I was going through what I was going through. But ultimately, what it came down to was not the physical weight that I was holding onto on my body. It was the repressed emotions and the sadness and the anger that I was holding in from that dysfunctional relationship when I was in my late teens. So, fast forward now to where I'm at right now at 36 years old. I'm in a very healthy and amazing relationship. I'm married, happily married. and I manifested an amazing relationship, and I'm at my ideal weight. And I love my life right now. And I didn't have that when I was overweight and having all the problems in my health in my life. And it took a lot of soul searching. It took a lot of digging deep within to find the root cause of why I became overweight to begin with.
It's so awesome that you say that, because that's what I tell people, is that they have all the tools inside of them to make all the changes that they need. They just need someone to guide them and show them how.
We're born with the ability to be able to heal our body with food and with mindfulness.
Yeah. So how does all that transformation manifest in how you help people today?
I infused my book, Transformative Nutrition, and it's interesting that your show is healthy and balanced living. That's basically, in a nutshell, what my whole book is about. It's about healthy and balanced living. So I infused everything I learned in 15 years in my book, and every word it comes from my heart, and it's written with love, because I want people to be able to read it and take what I received from the experience of life and learning from all of the stuff that I've been through. So, that's in a nutshell what I have to offer with everything that I learned and everything, all my articles in my book. So it's some pretty powerful stuff. It's highly transformational.
So how do you help someone that's struggling, they're really busy, they have all the health problems you talked about earlier, as well as the emotional problems? How do you help someone that they want to start something, but they just don't know what to do?
Yeah, that's one of the, the biggest things. We live in a very fast-paced society, so we're constantly on the go and very busy, and that's the lifestyle that we have right now is it's kind of stressful. It creates stress in our body, and when you have stress, then you have elevated levels of hormones, and then stress actually can mimic many different symptoms in the body, which can make it seem like you have other issues going on, but you really don't. So I kind of try to get people present to what's going on in their life, what's causing them stress, and then, trying to get people to de-stress, like practice maybe meditation, or maybe do a yoga class, or maybe go for a walk or a jog, or, some of these things that can release some of the tension and stress that we build up in our busy schedule and our daily lives. Because that's one of the main things right there that causes a lot of health issues, a lot of physical health issues. If we're stressed out, then we tend to reach for, the cookies and the cakes and the potato chips and the pizza and that kind of thing. So that's one of the areas that's really important with having a healthy and balanced professional lifestyle, is managing stress. It's like one of the top things.
Yeah, and I feel that's one, but the other is food.
Definitely.
We're not going to lunch. We're working through lunch. We're staying late. We're just grabbing something and not really being, many of us, conscious of what we're putting in our mouth. So how do you help people to begin to become more mindful of what they put into your mouth and connect with how eating the wrong food or the food that's not so healthy, how it impacts their body?
Well, I kind of make people aware of how, choosing to eat out for lunch every day can make a really significant impact, not only on their health, but on their wallet. I mean, it's a financial burden to be eating out every day. So, I encourage people to make, like a really good dinner where they have leftovers, and you could actually take those leftovers and pack them for lunch for the next couple of days, or take the time, invest the time in your health by at night when you come home from work, making your lunch for the next day. So that way you save that money and you know what you're eating because you're making it yourself. You're putting the energy into the food that you're making, the love behind it. So you're saving the money and you're eating healthy at the same time. So those are two very powerful tips right there that have really helped some of my clients that I've worked with in not eating out so much and saving money at the same time. You know what's in the food because you're making it yourself. So
I'm reminded of a time in the past when I became a consultant. I had an expense account for the first time in my life. So I would eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner because the company was paying for it. And within a year and a half, I gained like 30 pounds. And my health started failing. I started getting high cholesterol, the high blood pressure, and I'm in my early 30s and all this is going on. And I couldn't figure out what the heck is happening.
Yeah, it's pretty common. I mean, when you, especially in a position like that, you have everything covered. So it's like, okay, why not? I'm just going to splurge and then your health takes a toll,
The health takes a toll. And one of the things that interest me about you is you have been that person who was really overweight and you experienced a lot of negative impacts to not only eating bad, but being obese. So can you share how you got the right mindset to change? Because I find that is a big challenge for a lot of people is the mindset shift that it takes to really understand what you're eating and being able to make the changes needed.
Absolutely. It really all comes down to the mindset. I stuffed my face because I was sad and angry, not because I was hungry. And that's one of the biggest things that many people do. They don't even realize it. They're reaching for the food that they know that's going to put on pounds, but they're doing it because it's comfort. It's comfortable. These comfort foods that we reach for, and it's fine to have a comfort food, but when you reach for it all the time, then it becomes a drug to numb the emotions that we're feeling. And because when you really think about the underlying cause of weight gain and why we're holding on to weight is really not a physical thing. It's more of a mental, emotional imbalance thing. A lot of our weight that we hold on to for years is actually not really, it's not physical at all. It's more of the past that we're holding on to. It's kind of like we're carrying luggage or we're carrying around old baggage from the past. And, it's weighing us down. And once we understand that and once we start addressing those things that we're holding on to, then we can eliminate that and move forward in the present and in the future and create a healthy and balanced lifestyle for ourselves. And, without that baggage.
And I hear you. And to think about it in another way or in addition to what you're saying, do you feel that we are conditioned to eat from the environment, from the media, from the messaging that we get in our environment?
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the commercials that, you should just try to watch anything on TV. And this is why I tell people to begin with to get rid of your TV or eliminate TV watching as much as possible, because the ads and the commercials are all designed to have you crave fast food and lots of it. And the issue with that is that it really does create this condition in your mind, and it's like subconscious and it's implanted there. So when you're driving out and you're thinking, you see the billboard to remind you, here, get this $3 value meal. You get 2 burgers or whatever for $3. So it creates this craving for it. And, we live in a society right now where you can get 2 mass-produced chemical infused burgers for $3.
That's right.
But yet it costs $10 for an organic salad.
Exactly.
A really good, vibrant salad that's going to make you feel good, look good, and it tastes good. And that's one of the biggest problems right now is that, and especially being a busy professional, it's so easy to say, well, and and on a budget at the same time. They know, see this marketing, they have really clever marketing tactics where they say, well, $3, here's 2 burgers. That's going to be your lunch. So it's like,
it's cheap and it's quick.
It's cheap and quick, but cheap and quick has made us obese and sick, and that's not good. And we need to really address that and transform that. And if we want to really impact the obesity epidemic and the diabetes epidemic we have in the United States and across the world, pretty much.
And it's so interesting that you say that, because I was reading an article earlier and it talked about how obesity right now, it's 40% of women are obese versus 35% of men are obese. And the article went on to say that in 2030, 44% of adults will be obese.
Wow. It's interesting because if you look at certain areas of the United States, the South has the most obese in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
When you look at the way people eat in the South, it's no wonder why. I mean, it's the cuisine is a lot of fried, very, very heavily fried foods. And those are the areas that I'm actually looking to impact the most, because it all comes down to that people are not aware that those kind of foods are causing the heart conditions and the health problems and the cancers and the obesity going on.
Exactly.
Once we connect the food to our health issues, then we understand how food can heal or destroy your body.
Right. And I also feel that, and I tell people that I know and the clients that I work with, is that you have to unlearn all the things that you think are right about food and relearn. And also, I cite studies now because people feel, because of all the misinformation, all the internet data, that they have a handle on what's healthy and what's not healthy. And all you have to hear is a celebrity talk about something healthy or some new fad diet, and everybody's on it. How do you get people to really hone into what is going to support them in having a healthy life?
I tell people to stop dieting and start living.
Oh, I love that.
That's my number one thing right there. I'm sick of all these fad diets. I'm sick of the gimmicks. I'm tired of all of it, because we've had this going on for so many years, and it's gotten to the point where we need to say, all right, enough is enough. We need to take our health back into our hands and doctor ourselves, because we have an innate ability to do that. I mean, we're given the plants and the herbs and the foods to. And the animals too. I mean, we're given all this food, this amazing food, to have this vibrant health. But because of mass production and all the media hype and the brainwashing going on, we think that, the cheap and fast and easy is the way to go. But, saving money really isn't always good when it comes to your health, especially when it comes to your health, because I like to tell people that when you invest in your health, it's the greatest investment you could ever make, because it has the best return on your investment. Because good health is above all other monetary investments. You could have the most money in the world, but if you have poor health, then you can't enjoy the money. So investing in your health with good food will always give you the best return.
And you're absolutely correct. Just look at the health insurance premiums now. A lot of those premiums are tied to how sick you are versus how much you'll have to pitch in to support your own health and how expensive medication is. So I hear what you're saying when you say we have to look at what we're doing, because that investment is also not having to be on all these medication and all this medication and paying all these high premiums just to live every day.
Oh, definitely. We can actually transform the entire medical system if we become more aware of how our food can heal our body or destroy our body. we have these high premiums because people don't take care of themselves with food and with mindful living, meditation, yoga, prayer, anything that you might connect to. We've become disconnected, and that's the problem. We don't understand and know our food, the food that we're feeding our body and fueling, ourselves. Once we understand that again, then we can be healthier, which will lessen the need to have medications and all this high medical expense that's going on, and raising the price of insurance for everyone. It's not fair that someone that's healthy has to pay for insurance or is forced to have insurance coverage, because there's so many people that aren't understanding the health conversation of, hey, look, eat healthy, think healthy, feel healthy, have, good thoughts, manage your stress, and you won't need so much medication. It's so interesting when you look at it in that way.
And like you said, there's some deep education that needs to happen to help people to wake up or get an awareness as to what needs to happen. So I'm just thankful that you are here today to talk about your transformation and how you help people, because it's going to take a lot of people like you to help to educate people in the world.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, Diane, I'm on a mission to transform the healthcare system that we have in the United States, and also to transform and make a major positive impact on the obesity epidemic that we have. Because I've been there, I've been obese, and I know what it takes to lose the weight and to feel good and have a health transformation. And I want to bring that to people, because having as a country in the world, we have the highest rate of obesity, and that's not something I'm proud of as a citizen of the United States. So I want to bring this to the people of the country to really cause that positive impact, because I know the struggles, and I have some really powerful tips and secrets and information that I love to share with people to help make an impact on that.
So if there's someone listening who's really busy, they're tired, they're sick, and they just don't know where to start, what's one thing they could do when they wake up tomorrow to start the path of a healthy, balanced life?
Write 3 things you're grateful for. Because it all starts, I'm telling you, this isn't a physical thing. It has nothing to do with exercise, counting calories, or eliminating carbs, or watching your fat intake. All that is garbage. That's all the whole diet paradigm that needs to go away. This old paradigm is outdated. So the new paradigm is wake up in the morning. What are you grateful for? You can see that's something to be grateful for. If you have arms to write, then that's something else to be grateful for. You can walk. You have the legs to walk. That's another thing. You have parents. You have people that love you. You have a significant other. You have a job. You have income. You have a roof over your head. These are all things that we take for granted. And we instead look at what we don't have. We want a bigger house, or we want a promotion, or we're not happy with our loved one. We want, something else in our life. We look at how inadequate we are. We're not good enough. We're ugly, or we're fat. We're stupid. We're, all these conversations.
All the inner voices.
All the inner voices are, that's the thing that prevents us from seeing what is amazing in our life. What have you accomplished? That's great. Write it down. Be thankful for that, because that accomplishment is a contribution to society.
That's awesome. And when you said, what are you grateful for? I literally felt inspired just by thinking about, for a second, what am I grateful for? So that is some absolute great advice for someone that wants to get started on a journey to improve their health.
And I just want to say one quick thing about that, and why and how it can be impactful on your physical health is because when you realize what you're grateful for in your life, then you will treat your body with more respect. Meaning you will eat healthier and want to learn how to take care of your health. And then naturally you'll be more inclined to take the steps to lose the weight or have a healthier diet or whatever it may be.
That is some awesome, awesome information. And Michael, I want to thank you for your inspiration and your insight on how to live a healthy, balanced life, as well as sharing your powerful story of transformation. Because a lot of people feel that because they're so obese or because they're so sick, that it's hard for them to change, that they're so far gone that they can't change. So I feel today you've inspired a lot of people that it doesn't matter where you are in the spectrum of obesity, you can be healthy.
Absolutely. And that's exactly it right there. It doesn't matter where you've been, where you're from, what your experiences are. You are who you are because of the life you've lived, and you can create the life that you want by, just being powerful and waking up every day and being grateful for everything you have and willing to put in the work to keep moving forward. Because when we carry our past with us, then it just weighs us down and keep us living in the past. We want to create present so we can have an awesome future.
And you said it. The mission of this podcast is to teach people and share with people information that will help them to truly create the life they want. So I'm just so grateful that you're here to share the information.
I'm grateful to be on the show and sharing it.
Thank you.
I just want to say one more thing. Educate yourself, because that's the most powerful education you could ever have.
Educate yourself. Research, figure out what is best for you, what's going to support you. This is awesome. Thank you, Michael, for your inspiration and insight on how to live a healthy, balanced life. For anyone that's listening, Michael Tamez's information, his website, his book information will be in the show notes of this episode of Balanced Living for Busy Professionals. And if you're interested in subscribing to the show, visit our website at www.balancelivingforbusyprofessionals. It's so easy to listen while you drive, take the train, or walk to work. So tune in for more experts, life-changing wisdom, and information designed to help you improve your life, no matter how busy your schedule. I want to hear from you, so leave your comments, questions, or voicemail on the website, or send me an email at feedback@Diane Randall Consults. Your feedback helps us to bring the best topics and information to help you create the life you truly want.
Thank you for listening to Balanced Living for Busy Professionals. This podcast is sponsored by DianeRandallConsults.com. If you like this show, the best way to support it is by leaving 5-star feedback on iTunes. And please feel free to email your questions, comments, and suggestions to feedback@DianeRandallConsults.com. Until next week, namaste.